This is journal one of Cheetah Prompt. Now, I'm sure you're wondering what the heck Cheetah Prompt is. It is actually an AI tool I'm building. But the reason why I'm building one is because I've just been very frustrated with the efficiency of AI prompting. Now, AI is taking off. There's huge companies, and there's also some new startups building some amazing things. Obviously, you have OpenAI, Claude with Amazon, you have Gemini with Google, you have Midjourney, all these different big mid-sized and even startup companies building some awesome stuff. But what I've noticed is just they all focus on output. And output is critical because it's critical that we get good responses from AI, but no one really focuses on efficiency. There's a lot of small things that really frustrated me using certain tools, and it just prompted me to want to build my own. I have some loose notes here. I want to kind of keep this more off the cuff, but one of the big things that I had problems with was there was just no easy way to save your favorite prompts and just execute them. Like, it's something so basic, but no one really does anything like this in terms of the bigger companies. There's also very difficult if you have multi-step prompts, where you have all these Google Docs of your favorite prompts, all these Google Docs of multi-step prompts. If you have the more experience you are with using these type of tools, you start learning that if you have a really long prompt, you get better response if you break it up into 3 steps, 4 steps, 5. Sometimes there's 10 steps, 15 steps. Then you have all these Google documents, and you're having to copy and paste. So things like that for me were just super time killers. And one of my friends actually back in January reached out to me, and he was already building his own AI tool. He's a developer. He sent it to me. I looked at what he was doing. I gave him my feedback, and he really liked my ideas. So in March of 2024, we decided to actually partner together, and then we started building what is now Cheetah Prompt. Now, the reason why I'm excited to make this video is because, one, I want to hold myself accountable as far as what I do in terms of building this new business, but also, I thought it would be cool to give behind the scenes look into, from the ground up, how we're building everything. I recently just thought about this idea. So I was like, what, I'll off the cuff, do journal entries. I'm not going to dedicate, doing this every day or, a specific day of the week, but if I can do them daily or as frequently as I can do them, I'll just give you a behind the scenes look of what it's like to build, AI software and, my thoughts and challenges, and just and also, the things that go well, and just overall give you, inside look into the journey of all this. Now, I've built a lot of software tools that have done 7 figures, tools that have done 8 figures, and some tools that completely tanked. A lot of tools that I've tanked. I've sunk money into tools that never saw the light of day or that did and just didn't do well. So I have a lot of experience with building software, and I thought it would be cool for anyone who's interested in AI or just building software companies to be able to kind of follow along with what we're doing. Now, I do want to just talk a little bit about, Cheetah Prompt itself. Now, I touched a little bit upon some of the things we're going to be focusing on, and primarily it's about efficiency. So right now we're in phase 1. We're very close, to doing an early adopter launch. I don't like saying like an MVP launch or beta launch. I honestly don't really believe in doing beta or MVP. And the reason for that is because those wordings are more associated with the idea of like the tool's gonna suck or the tool's gonna have a ton of bugs, and like you're just trying to get it out there, and which you should. But I always believe in not so much building your whole idea from day one, but selecting and carefully selecting features that are unique, but just limiting the minimum amount of unique features that you need to launch, so that way your users can actually get use for it. Because this tool is built for me. Like, this tool is built for me to be able to use. So I'm not going to want to launch something that is not usable to customers, because then it won't be usable to me either. So, I like more the early adopter type of thinking, where you're launching, a minimalist app, and that app is tested as much as possible, so that way it's not buggy. It's not going to be super, super feature rich from day one. That's why you have phases and version control, but you want to be able to at least, and at least this is all in my opinion and just from my experience, at least have, those minimal unique features and do it in a way where they're executed well, they're well thought out, and that, you have the least amount of bugs as possible. So we're still going to be reaching that threshold. And, I'm excited about it because a lot of the main things that we're tackling in this phase one is just efficiency. Anything that has been annoying or repetitive when it comes to prompting, we're trying to solve that. And, I'll be showing you some screenshots. I'll probably show some in this video so that you can kind of see where we started. And then I'll do some additional vlogs so you can kind of see the iterations of the designs from the UI. We spent a lot of time on the UI. Although the feature set is unique, it's still done in a minimalist way, and we still wanted to make sure we nailed the UI because this is all about efficiency. So you need a clean UI. The UI needs to be fast, but then the UI also needs to make sense. Like I like creating apps where someone can jump in and not have to watch tutorial videos, and a lot of the application is just self-explanatory. That is the way I prefer to build applications. Obviously, you're going to have tutorial videos and things like that. So in order to do that in an effective way, you have to do a lot of thinking behind the UI itself. So this is Journal 1. I hope that you are excited to, hear more about the journey and what we're doing. Soon we will be, allowing people to sign up for the waiting list for when we do our early adopters launch. And again, our main features right now is all about focusing on allowing you to prompt efficiently, allowing you to save your favorite prompts, allowing you to easily be able to execute multi-step prompts, allowing you to have a way to easily find the different things that you're working on. I mean, even that is a headache, when you're using, ChatGPT or using Claude, you can't even search for sessions that you previously worked on. So basic things like that, these are all the type of things that we're focused on in phase one. And then when we go to phase two will start focusing a little bit more on output. We're not starting with output because all of the big companies already focus on that. So we're going to leverage, and we're not going to fight. We're not going to fight with the big boys. We understand that they have the resources to be able to give the best outputs, and they are doing cutting edge stuff. So within Cheetah Prompt, we're allowing you to connect to your favorite LLM. So if you like OpenAI better, you'll be able to do that. If you like Claude better, you'll be able to do that. Those are the two we're going to be starting with. Then we'll add some additional ones like Llama. So there's an open source one. We'll add Gemini, and we'll continue to build upon that. But we're not going to fight against the output part. We want to focus on efficiency in our phase one. Then we'll start adding some unique things. We have some very, very cool ideas to make the outputs better so that you can fine tune your LLMs a lot better. And then once you're able to do that, obviously you'll be able to get better output, but that's not where we're starting at. We're going to start with phase one, do an early adopter launch, and then we'll move to phase two where we focus more on output. And then we're going to probably start cycling back between the two because we never want to lose sight of the fact that we're trying to help you prompt as efficiently as possible. That's the whole reason why it's called Cheetah Prompt. Fast prompting. That very, very simple. So I don't want video one to get too long. I'll probably start getting into some more nitty gritty stuff, showing UI and all that different type of stuff, and I'll explain some of the process behind how we thought about things and why we made certain decisions. But that's pretty much it for now. I am looking forward to doing these journal entries, and if you have any questions, comments, or just any feedback, anything that can that you are wondering, feel free to comment below. I'm excited for this journey, and thank you so much for listening.